All right, let's go. We can start now.
Okay. Hey everyone, my name is Sahas, and I'm going to talk to you about a project which I was very closely involved in called Saral AI, and it's an open source initiative to democratize research consumption among the masses. So before I get to it, there's a brief introduction about me. I am a developer from Chennai. I graduated out of VIT Vellore in computer science in 2024, and I have been to multiple hackathons across different domains, Web3, AI, and all of this was in the pre-AI era. So, and currently I'm working as an associate analyst at Novartis, and I also develop products. I am involved in this open source project called Saral AI, and that's just a brief introduction about me. Let's quickly get started with what we have. So the problem which was identified was that there are millions of research papers, and it's only for those people who are in the industry relevant domains that research was consumed and produced, and researchers could not reach their targeted audience. Their work wasn't getting enough reach, and there and of course there are nobody consumes that research as well. And so this is the idea behind Saral AI. So actually the idea started as converting blogs into engageable secondary output formats. So the entire goal was to translate that particular thing into research papers. So this was an idea by the CEO of ANRF, Dr. Shiv Kumar Kalyanaraman. And I just got involved recently into this project. It's been 6 months. I've been contributing open source on this project. So the entire tool is very simple. You input a single research paper or a patent, and you get multiple output streams, that is secondary output formats. We have videos, podcasts, reels, and all of this is possible in 21 different Indian languages, and it is open source as well. So you can just go try it out. I'll just quickly walk you over through the journey. So we started as a Streamlit prototype with support from product lab teams from Triple IT Hyderabad. That was a V0. Then it moved to a V1, which was a React app in the front end and a Python monolith backend. But the problem noticed was that people were using it, but they were facing a lot of errors, and we got a lot of negative feedback for the tool that was built. So that is what we were facing 60 to 70% in errors in the demos which professor was giving, and everything just slowed down, and we were just doing a lot of patchwork in this thing. And so that was the reason for the overhaul. That is how the story of overhaul was born. So we rebuilt the entire system from the ground up. We took a bottoms up approach to scale the system, and right now we have about uh, 10,000 plus users. We recently crossed the milestone of 10,000 users. So this overhaul was a shift from a monolithic architecture to a microservice-based architecture, where we have a core gateway which is orchestrating the different Python microservices, and all of this is on GCP. We also have Vertex AI for the script generation. So, and of course, all of this is done with a human in the loop. So one research paper, multiple workers who are working, and there is a human to verify the scripts before the output is actually generated, just to prevent hallucinations from the AI script. So this is not just a project anymore. We are a proper product, and been recognized by the Ministry of Science and Technology, and we're also featured in nature.com article. And this is an open source initiative, as I mentioned before, which is backed by ANRF. So these are my key learnings. So these are just high level learnings. So in when I was building the product, everything, you have to think only from the user's perspective. That is my biggest takeaway from this. And you should prioritize users as much as possible, and you'll get a lot of feedback. But knowing what to prioritize really matters when you're building something from the ground up. And since we are open source, we have to document everything obsessively. That is something which took a lot of time, but you have to document your work. And So my key takeaway from this is that research shouldn't be behind closed doors. It shouldn't feel intimidating, and we are trying to solve a problem to make research cool among people, and you should be engaged and interested to pursue research. I am working as an engineer in this, by developing solutions, but the entire goal is to make research cool again. And thank you so much for listening to me. That is me, and you can check out my socials and the socials of the product I'm building. And yeah, thank you so much. I'm open to questions now.
All right, all right. So from a time perspective, I think we are there, so that is great. Um,
Yes,
I'll share some feedback now, and just to iterate, none of the feedback I'm going to share is personal. It is just to help
sure, sure.
me improve
Absolutely,
on
absolutely.
the topic. Okay. So right now, what is happening right now is it is reading more like a blog instead of a talk. What is the difference? Difference is in a blog you can write the entire story. So, for example,
Yeah.
you are saying that this was how it started, this is how it went, then there's a rewrite, ye wo. So you have talked about from start to finish. That is more suited for a blog. In a talk, what you need to do, or what you can do potentially, is cherry pick certain sections and then dive deeper into those
Yes,
things, right?
yes.
I'll touch on this again in a couple of minutes. Another thing that I want to talk about is we are um, talking about something a lot. We are not showing. So general rule to remember is show, don't tell. So like if you go back to the slides, you'll see that you talk about let's just open the slides again.
Yes, I mean, I do have the links to show and all that stuff, outputs to show. All of that
Right,
is there, but
right.
it's just that to keep it short, I know there are too many slides here. I also realized that I had the idea of a 10-minute talk, which is why I did this. But for 5 minutes, it has to be condensed further, 100%.
No, even for 10 minutes. Okay.
Hmm.
So always there's like one great quote by I'm forgetting the name, which says that if I had more time, I would have written a shorter letter. So talking about this thing in 30 minutes is the easiest thing ever.
Yeah.
15 minutes is harder, 10 is even harder, 5 is hardest. So you have to like really think about, is this slide or whatever you're talking about, even if you're spending 30 seconds on it, is that helping whatever you want to say, right?
Hmm.
So like a lot of you, what you said in the first half, if you just show like a quick demo of how Saral works, like I still have zero idea on how it works. You talk
Yeah.
about by this is input is the research paper, output is an engaging thing, but like is there some demo that you can show, like how does the output look like?
Sure, I can. Once again, it will stop and share, reshare. Definitely, I have some things. 1 second. Yeah, I do. Ita?
Yep, yep.
चलिए ऑटोनो
Oh, I don't think you can hear sound once.
I can hear chaliye, it start with chaliye.
Okay, great.
व्हीकल सिस्टम पेटेंट के स्ट्रैटेजिक इम्प्लीकेशंस एक्सप्लोर करते हैं। इंटेल का यह पब्लिकेशन सेंसर डेटा प्रोसेस करने का एक नॉवेल अप्रोच इंट्रोड्यूस करता है। हाँ जी, सेंसर डेटा को परसेप्शन से पहले एब्स्ट्रैक्ट करने का कोर आइडिया इंटरेस्टिंग है, स्पेशली ऑटोनॉमस व्हीकल्स में हेट्रोजेनियस सेंसर स्वीट्स के लिए। क्लेम 32 इंडिपेंडेंट क्लेम को देखते हुए इसमें सेंसर डेटा रिसीव करने वाला इंटरफेस और प्रोसेसिंग सर्किटरी वाला एक एपारेटस कवर होता है।
Got it, got it.
किसी भी
So
एवी के
is
लिए
there
यही
a is
स्टैंडर्ड है।
there a way to um make the visuals change as well when the audio is being spoken?
This is a fixed format. I mean, we have multiple formats, yes, but what change do you want? Well, like,
So whatever they are speaking, right? They said some form,
ah,
section, something. Like whatever they're saying, if that can be put on the uh, video as well, that would
Oh,
be
you
great.
mean inside the slides itself?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's possible. I'll do that,
Okay.
yes.
And do you have a demo? Like this was a 6 minute demo. Do you have like a shorter 1 minute demo as well?
1 minute demo in like what would you want me to
So
cover in the...
no, no. So this was like a 6 minute thing, right?
Haha, we do have reels as well.
Huh. So if you, what is the length of that reel?
1 minute.
Perfect. So if you show that, you don't need to talk about the first half of your slides entirely.
Yeah, fair
Right?
point.
If you just say, hey, this is the input, which is your research paper, you can scroll through it and show kitna bada research paper hai, how long that text is, and then you show that, hey, here's the
Okay,
output, which is
yes.
the, so you're showing and not telling. And once
Yeah,
someone sees this, that before after comparison, they understand what it is.
see, got
Check.
it. Fair enough.
Sounds good. And one more thing I want to talk about is uh, what are the key takeaways you want to leave the audience with? So one is key Saral can do this, right?
Yes.
What else?
What else? I wanted to, can I add my perspective on this?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, my perspective was to focus on the users and the product as well. Be as make it as simplistic as possible when you're building a product and efficient scaling. These three
Understood.
takeaways.
Understood. I think these also overlap with the takeaway slide. एक बार just share your slides again.
Yeah, once again. Oops. Yeah.
I think like whatever you're saying, it is sort of overlapping with this thing, right?
Yes.
So what you can do, like you can add whatever you were saying here,
Correct, correct.
and let's like divide this, like focus more slides on the learnings, and keep sharing the screen.
Okay, you want me to keep sharing that? Sorry about that. Yep.
All right. So I want you to like pick one point and like have multiple slides on that. So for example, when you say build like your little dumb, see the product through user's eye, not your own. Was there some example that you felt ki this
Yes.
so should be obvious, and when you saw the user
Yes.
using it, you were like, "Arey, why is
Yes.
the user not getting it?" Can you give me an example?
Yeah, so we were doing the overhaul, we had multiple iterations of how the dashboard should look like.
Hmm.
And initially started with all the items being there in the sidebar with a tooltip to help users navigate the page for a first-time user.
Hmm.
But then we felt that, okay, you know what, this is not the right approach. And we felt that everything should be in the center of the screen.
Got it.
That's a design principle as well. Um, so now when you go to the dashboard, everything is on the center of the screen.
Perfect. Perfect. I think this is a great example. Is it possible to get screenshots of that before and after dashboard?
Yeah, possible. I'll have to scroll a bit and check. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe you have to go back to a previous commit or something. If you can
Yeah, done
get
that.
that, now when you say that, hey, uh, some of my here are some of my learnings from this process. Number one, this was the initial dashboard. To us, it was easy to navigate. When we handed it to the users, it was hard. And here is how we changed the dashboard too. So this is before, this is after. And in general, the learning was build like it is, don't make the user think, like make it as easy for the user as possible, right?
Yes.
So now when you lead with an example, the learning is more concrete. Similarly, point number two, feedback never stops coming. Can you tell me, as of now, what is the number of feedbacks or backlog
So
that you have?
we have quite a lot of things to do in the sense that we recently
Give me like a rough number of action items.
on 35
35, right? Now, what is a realistic number that can be done, let's say, in a week or in a month?
in a week, probably 5, 6.
Got it. So now,
Yes.
y- if you have some 35 action items, and every week you'll also keep getting more, right? And you can only do 5. So now maybe you sort of say, maybe you have like a screenshot, or maybe not a screenshot, just say ki 35 the, and here were the top 3 that we prioritized at one point in time. Something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, knowing what to prioritize, do you have like a framework or something to decide what to prioritize? Like how it's being decided right now?
Right now, right now, our focus is on stability, platform stability,
Mm.
and extension stability. So these are two things which are primary focus, and to add, focus on the branding aspect as well.
Got it.
Those are some of the things on priority right now.
Makes sense. So what you can say, you have a lot of feedback from users. You have certain goals that you want to uh, focus on, and then you sort of see what is the overlap and prioritize them.
Makes
Right?
sense.
So you
Yes.
can say, here were our goals, and uske according, these 2 3 things we chose to prioritize. Right? So that is again a great example. Uh, Next, document everything. Uh, Maybe Spiv, you can share an example. A couple of
Yes.
things.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
yes. So we were revamping the repo, open source repo, and figured out that we need to make it as simple for anybody new who's coming in as possible. Previously, it wasn't there, and we had a lot of queries and how you need to run this, and there are a lot of broken steps in the process itself. So this overhaul fixed all of that, and we felt that you have to document all of this so that any AI or agent can come in and check that
Yep,
up. So
yep.
yeah, that's the
Sounds
thing.
good. Sounds good. And you're also sharing couple more things that you personally had, right? So you can add those as well. Go back to the first slide. What is the title of the current talk? Right. So currently the title is like Introduction to Saral, and then
Yes.
now we are sort of leaning towards, let's say, 3 learnings or 4 learnings or 5 learnings from working
Mm.
on Saral, something like that,
Okay, it's
right?
it's basically my perspective
It's
on these
your
things.
correct. So
Okay,
think about, um, the current one is like a blog post that anyone can write,
yes.
versus when you are presenting a talk, you want that this is a talk that only you can present. It becomes unique
Hmm.
to you in some sense.
Yes, makes sense.
Okay. Uh, this is what you're currently showing. That is also a great talk. I'm just saying how we can make it better.
No, 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 I completely understand your
Okay.
viewpoint.
So
That's right.
what I want to do is, uh, whatever is the current version of the slides, just post it in the WhatsApp group, the Telegram group. All right. Then you can work on a V2 of the slides, and
Right.
whenever you're done, maybe by this weekend, just share that version in the group itself. Tag me for review. I think that is something we can do async. If needed, we can get on a call again. But I feel ki, like you're there yet. You're already there. Like your communication is great. Your learnings, like from a concreteness perspective, points are already there. Now it is just about presenting it in the right order.
Yeah, good, fair point. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
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 good.
and focusing more on, like, think about like number of insights per unit time, right? Since only 5 minutes are there, so you have to think about,
Mm.
okay, maybe you spend one minute each uh, on the learnings, and then the first minute just goes into talking about Saral so that people understand what is the context, and then you go on the learnings next.
Okay, and yeah, this is fantastic. Thank you for the feedback. And is this going to be how many of us are going to present, and what's your takeaway from this? I just want to understand the motive behind doing this and stuff like that.
Yeah. So whoever is there in the group, most likely, most of the, or like, I think you might be seeing some people have already started putting in the
Yeah,
their
yeah, yeah, I do see
there,
that.
right?
Yes,
So whoever has started working on it, they are going to present.
sure.
Whoever is not in the group, most likely they will not present. The aim of this is to get you started with presenting your work out there, because as you grow in your career, uh, the visibility and your communication skills, the way you articulate stuff, that also matters a lot
Yeah,
from growing from
absolutely.
a junior to a senior developer. And uh, in general, like, there are a bunch of meetups, conferences out there, but they might feel
Right.
intimidating. So this is the aim of this initiative, is to act like as a stepping stone, so that you polish your things, whatever mistakes you want to make, you do here, and then you get that confidence to go and apply to in-person meetups in your city and conferences, and like you just sort of move up from there. Yeah.
Great. And you're going to be recording this on 15th and 16th August,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be
Like,
recording this. Just like this, I've recorded this as well. So this acts as your baseline. We'll record that as well. So you can also see the difference,
makes
the
sense.
improvement that you have made. And yeah, I hope it gives you a lot of confidence. Like, I know personally, when I gave my first talk like years back, uh, it really gives you a lot of confidence, because
Yeah.
you're talking about your work itself, and
Yeah.
the we focus a lot of our time on working and not presenting.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this sort
You're
of
right.
takes
You're
us,
absolutely right there. Yes.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, this takes us out of that. And in
Sure.
general, from a career perspective, visibility matters. So
100%.
yeah, this is a step towards that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. And I'll keep in connect with you, even aside from this as well.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. So, quick action items. Right after this call, post your current presentation in the group, and
Mm-hmm.
whenever you're done, post a V2 again and tag me, and I'll give you a review there itself. Check it.
Sure. Yep.
Cool, cool. Then looking forward to this, As. All right, have
Thank
a
you so
great day.
much, man. Yeah, bye-bye.
All right, bye.